just found. Podcasts, no doubt. From small town tales to big city schemes. We'll share them all and live our dreams. Laughs are plenty and jokes abound. Join the fun on Good As Found. Good As Found, now that's our name. Listen in and you'll be glad you came.
Can't even tell the bed's in here. We're back to like, what, GAF 5?
Yeah.
Days when we had the bed. It's awesome though. Like the wife was saying, we just need to go like full. We just need to go like Bobby Alden and Drake. Just do it from the bed. Just under the covers, dude. You give me 5 minutes in there, I'm
Just call it Gaff Undercover, dude.
yeah. Sawn logs. How are you, brother?
I'm good. How are
How was
you?
the 2-week hiatus of GAF? Sorry to let our fans down.
It was sad.
You needed a break as much as we.
It was good, though. It's been busy.
Yeah.
It's had a lot happen.
Yeah, that's good, dude. What happened, bro?
Let's go with what you had the biggest event that's happened.
Yeah, I did Bikerpelli, the thing I've been talking about nonstop to you guys for the last 6 months. The 3-day ride from Mac to Moab.
Epic.
It was my first ride back since destroying my hand. So literally, like when we're at Loma, my mom actually came out with my nephew because she was like babysitting him. She's like, "Oh, we'll come see you off or whatever." I was like, "Cool." And that morning it was so swollen and stuff. I'm like, I don't know. I'd like ride her in the parking lot and I'm like, I could hold on with basically this one.
Oh, no.
Because I'd need this one for the brake.
Right.
So it's a little bit there. But these two were not much. And I'm like, this is going to suck. And so they do like the briefing, whatever, explain how everything goes. And then we're all just sitting there and they're like, all right, cool. But it's a ride. It's not a race. Nobody's taking off. Nobody's like leaving the thing. So then my uncle's like, all right, come on, let's go. Let's go. So then we go. So we're just the first people with 90 behind us. I'm like, well, this sucks, but it's on just the regular like BLM road.
Right.
So I'm like going down it and we're doing like 20, but I'm like, this gives me no information on how this is going to be because it's like we'll do that and then you go down and then after that once you get to the single track it's a gnarly climb and then the downhills. I'm like, I don't know, we'll see. And
so walk us through day one. You take off. We went way faster than I wanted to start.
That's what I was wondering because I was with my uncle and his friend Don, and these guys are gnarly. They've been riding mountain bikes for 50 years. They're both 60. They've been riding since they were super young. Insanely good. They have a really good cardio base. I lost my entire cardio base within a month.
Really?
I mean, dude, getting back on there was so bad. So we come out and we climb. There's 3 different loops that we do before we even head towards Westwater. First one we do is called Mary's, and it's just you get off of the main road and then you're just climbing, just straight up.
Okay.
My heart rate went straight to 195, which I'm 33. That's exceeding my max heart rate. It wouldn't come down. So, which was kind of expected. I lost my base. I'm like, this absolutely sucks. And it's usually like if you ride a lot, that kind of hill, that kind of, you're not going to get that. You could still ride and talk. I am like wheezing, can't talk. My lungs are starting to hurt because I'm breathing so, and I'm just like, dang it. But just pressed through that. And then once you get to like the rolly, like side hill stuff, it came down a little bit, but it was only going down to like 160, which is just not good. It's
not
just,
good.
It fatigues you so much after. I knew later in the day I'd be screwed if that kept up, which really sucked. But the hand was, the more I rode, like an hour in, I think with that much blood flow, I don't know what it was. The hand was actually getting more mobility and it hurt. I mean, this ride, the entire 3 days, every second of this ride, my hand hurt. There wasn't, from start to finish, dude, it hurt. And it was like, it would go from like throbbing to just like a really sore to like the tendons. I didn't go into shock or anything, so I was fine. So we do that. We do Mary's. Heart rate comes down a little bit. My uncle's like, oh, we have this extra loop that like goes around. It's really fun because he had friends from like North Carolina. So we go and do an extra 10 miles on top outside of the course.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Just for fun. Because he was like, oh, this one's fun. He wanted to show them. So I'm like, no, I don't want to do extra, dude. I want to get to lunch. And we were in front of everybody. So I'm like, then everybody's going to, by the time we get back there, we're going to have to. So then we do that. We get back on. And then it's just climbing more again. And because then you do Lion's Loop, just climbing. And I've done all that before with them out there. After that, though, we drop down because you're getting closer to like state line. You're not really. You're getting closer to west. And it drops into this canyon next to the railroad tracks. And that's where I'd never been before. And it's a pretty gnarly down. Like I biked one part down. And then you get to the other side, you go across the bridge, you go onto the railroad tracks. And then you have to hike up this thing because it's just like sheer cliffs.
Right.
Like you can't ride up or down it because they're just, you have to like basically throw your bike up and then like climb up these rocks and stuff. So heart rate again, straight to 195. I mean, I'm fully redlined.
And how hot is it at this point, day one?
It's 95.
So you're pretty warm.
Heart rate's 195. It's 95. And this is like 10 a.m., maybe 11. Get out of that, ride down a little bit, and it's fairly easy. And then you wrap around, and then it's just this like gargantuan steep hill that, like, my uncle and Dawn and like those guys. There's also this girl. Oh my gosh, how did I forget her name? She's like 28, but she's like an elite level cyclist.
Yeah, I think you told me that she's like number what?
She's like third
or fourth.
Insanely good. And she has her gas tank's unlimited.
Yeah.
Like she kills it. And they make it like an eighth of the way up this thing, which was gnarly. But I followed them and I almost made it that far. And then we all hopped off and we're just pushing up. And I had to stop halfway through and I'm like, all right, I need carbs. So I started eating like my gels and stuff. And I'm just like, when you stop, you realize how much you're suffering. Yeah. So then once I stopped and got water and was eating those chews, I'm like, oh no, this is not good. So like trying to go again, I couldn't take off riding. So I'm still just walking. And then you start like cramping. You start getting the cramps and stuff. Because if you stay going, you're probably not going to cramp.
Right.
It's when you stop. So then I'm like, oh, no. If I start cramping right now, because I felt it coming on in my calves really bad and then like my thighs, I'm like, this is going to be the worst.
Yeah.
But luckily, like, kind of just tiptoed through that, didn't get cramped, kept hammering like the gels and stuff, got to the top. And then after that, it's a pretty easy ride down to lunch, which is just at the Rabbit Valley exit. So then you go like 12 miles from there to there. And that's just a regular like 4-track road, which was nice. And then the Camelback I bought for this, though, dude, my uncle called it, I can't say what he called it, basically an angry little person, because it looks like a little person on your back, because I got the biggest, I got like a mountaineering backpack. Like, it's like a rucksack. It's the biggest, heaviest backpack. There was people with big backpacks. The second biggest backpack out there, Camelback, was twice as small as mine.
No.
Like, I thought mine wasn't that big, but it had the 3-liter Camelback, which is a gallon. So I'm like,
you want enough water.
When I bought it at Walmart, and this was the first time taking it out too. So when I unfolded it out there, dude, I thought it was a good size. I'm like, heck yeah. When I undid the zip ties and stuff, it folded down. So I'm like, no. So it was twice as big as I thought even. And like, all you need is your gels and water. You don't need much in it. So I just have this massive, extremely, well, it's about 20 pounds with the water in it. So not extremely heavy. But after that stuff and then hiking and stuff, it gets heavy. Yeah. And I just have that weight on me. So I'm just trying to drink as much water as I can just to lighten the load. I'm like, dude, get this out of me. And so, yeah, we cruised into Rabbit Valley. And by the time we got there, it was almost 100. But you got PBJs and stuff. They had those at camp. And then, let's see, PBJs, bananas, water. So it was probably there for like 30 minutes. And then my uncle, he was getting some cramps and stuff too because it's some medication. He took it easy and we rode to camp from the Rabbit Valley exit to Westwater. Right. Basically, he rode that with me, which was really cool because there's a bunch of cool canyons and stuff. It was an awesome ride. We got to camp at like probably 5, but we get to camp and like you're so tired and then you have to bring your tent.
Right. You have to set up.
And sleeping bag and air mattress and all that. You have to carry that huge bag from the trucks out to the field. So it's like the work's not done.
Well, luckily you didn't have to carry it with you while you were biking. Dude, that's what I originally thought. That's what I thought was going on.
That's what a lot of people do. Like it's called bike packing. And then if you do that, you just have a really small tent, like a 1-person tent, small sleeping bag, all of that. It's not as comfortable.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier and more simple to set up than I thought I was getting like a luxury setup, dude. I got a 2-person tent, a full-size air mattress that didn't inflate all the way, a 30-degree sleeping bag. All of this was brand new. Never used it before.
Was on the phone with him when he bought it.
Yeah, dude, yeah. And so then I have to carry this heavy bag over, and then I have to assemble this tent that I've never put together before. And then my uncle brought an air pump for it, but it has like a plug-in pump.
Yeah.
Of course, there's no outlets out there. But you pump it up, and then once it's almost like full, it just starts leaking. It won't let it pump up anymore.
Oh, no.
So then I'm like, crap. But made that work. They made tacos, so that was really good. And it overlooks like all of the Westwater, like rim, so that was rad. But we're there, and I'm like, oh my gosh. Down below where we were, my uncle and I stopped just to like refuel. And I left my glasses down there, which are like mountain biking glasses. They have foam and stuff here to keep sweat out of your eyes. And they're really nice. But I'm like, dude, I physically can't go down and get those. Even though they're only like 2 miles away, the hill coming into camp is like 2 miles of just, I had to walk half of that. And I was so smoked after. I'm like, dude, they have to stay. I'm like, I can't go get those. I won't be able to make it back up. Yeah. And then we went to bed. I was pretty much sleeping on the desert ground because the air match didn't do anything. It was just barely inflated.
I bet you slept good. Pretty good, at least.
It was I was so sore and so uncomfortable on the thing. It was hard to sleep. But that first night I slept the best out of all of them. Woke up. Did you see my story with that massive spider on my shoe? I sure
did. Was your shoe sitting outside the tent?
Yeah.
Okay.
Getting everything gathered up. Just this, I thought it was fake. I thought somebody was playing a trick on me. I go to grab my shoe. I'm like, ooh, just this massive spider on there. Maybe I'll throw it up on here. But he was chill. I just kind of like threw the shoe to get him off there. He fell off and then he's just sat there. But they blend in so good. Yeah. I'm like, dude, these things could be anywhere.
I was hoping it wasn't in your tent. I would have been like, oh, no.
I know. That would have been, after that, I was like, ugh. And there's so many, I mean, it's a desert. There's scorpions, snakes, everything out there. And then, so we had breakfast the next morning, like sausage and eggs. Then we took off at like 9, I think, and headed down to a thing called Dewey Bridge. And this is supposed to be like the easiest ride because there's blacktop and there's like...
Did you go get your glasses?
No.
Okay.
No. Because, dude, the second day I was in the most pain.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't go into shock or anything. The pain wasn't... It felt excruciating, though, because what I didn't prepare for in not riding for a while, when you don't ride for a while, it's kind of like riding a horse. Like, your bum gets really sore, like the muscles, just from sitting on such a hard seat for so long. But also, I wore underwear, padded shorts, and then shorts on top, so it chafed. It left blisters. So where I was sitting, not only was the muscle and like bone sore, because you're sitting all day and it's just beating you up. So like the muscles and bone that you like sit on was sore. But then like the chafing of that with the blisters, it's just like a huge blister, which the second day I have no choice. I just have to sit in the exact same thing. It hurts so bad. And then you feel the blister like pop. Yeah. And then it's just rubbing the rest of the day, like on the blister. Yeah. So then it's just blister, pop, and then it's just like more sandpaper on it all day, plus the soreness. Like the pain of that, dude, was not expected.
Let me remind everybody, I have not heard this story. We saved it for the pod.
Nobody has.
We're waiting this.
That made the hand feel, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Even like my toenail that broke off in my foot didn't feel that very much either, because I was just like, every time I would stand up to get like some reprieve, it was like throwing gasoline on like an open wound. It hurt so bad. I'm not exaggerating. I'm not that much of a pussy. Maybe I am. I don't know. But so anyways, that next one, you ride down to Dewey Bridge, and my bike was having major issues in the lower gears, like shifting. It's called ghost shifting. So it would just, when you're doing like 20, 30 miles an hour in those lower gears, like the faster ones, I couldn't even get going or anything because it would just skip. Yeah. So I'm just having huge issues. And this derailleur that I have with like the Bluetooth and all that, they're so expensive. I think they're like $1,000 just for this thing. So I'm like, and it's a different style that everybody else has because the 2012s or maybe 24s, they changed it. So nobody even has an extra one. I'm like, dude, this sucks because it looked bent.
Yeah.
I had my uncle and everybody look like, while I was riding, they're like, yeah, it looks bent. And I'm like, dude, I'm so screwed. Like, I'm going to have to walk. But I suffered like through that. And then we got to Dewey Bridge, which was where lunch was. And they have a mechanic on site, and he was able to get a crescent and like bend it back and get it in. And then with the Bluetooth, you have a micro adjust. So I was able to dial it in. And then, dude, after that, we shuttled like 6 miles. My uncle and Don, they rode it, but I shuttled in like this 7.3 van because they're like, there's a lot of traffic. It's really dusty. Yeah. Like, you just shuttle it to try to, it's kind of just safer because you're not dealing with like all of the traffic and dust and everything. And the shuttle wasn't even, it was a 7.3 van, dude. I was getting the shit beat out of me in this thing. I mean, and there's 3 people here, 3 people here.
Yeah, like, you're just
it's packed full.
You're not
I'm just bouncing around. I'm like, this, I should have wrote it. Like the water trucks and all that going up there. I'm like, this would have been better. Anyways, get to the top up there, and then you take off, and it's like really sandy. It's like Moab sand. But you're going down, and then you go into like this canyon, super rocky and stuff, but it was fun. I'm like, oh, this is rad. And then kind of climb for a while. I'm passing a few people. So like walking and stuff. I'm like, oh, I've got plenty of energy. I'm just going to ride as much as I can through, feeling good. Then you get to on top, and there's just this like Jeep road. Dude, it was just a climb for hours. I think 3 hours of just, I didn't stop pedaling once. I didn't get off because I knew I'd cramp.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my computer. It's 108. I'm not getting above 3 miles an hour at any point. It's just, there's like 7 false summits, I think, they say. No. So you'll look, and you're just looking at this road, and you're like, all right, I got like 1 more mile, and then it'll flatten out and get some reprieve. You get to the top, and then it's just like a bar ditch. So it looks like you're at the top, but it just like goes down for a sec. So you don't even get to coast, and then it's just straight. And then you're just climbing. And it's not really steep. It's just constant like grade. That was miserable. Like, and I don't know when it ends. Like the whole time I'm just like, I don't know when this is going to end. And like, I'm passing people that are walking and stuff. It's taking me 5 minutes to pass someone walking because we're just doing like the same pedaling and granny gear doing the same speed. Finally get to the top, like probably 1/8 of the mile from the top. I actually stopped and walked because I needed like to refuel, and I was eating and all that. And then Sierra and Dawn, they passed me during that when I stopped. Because they did an extra loop and they didn't shuttle all that. I'm like, geez. So they caught me, rode down a little bit with them, and then they were gone. But then the down section was just like the gnarliest Jeep trails, like the slickest, rockiest, crumbliest rocks, just the sketchiest thing, which going down kills my hand. I bet. Going up, I'm fine because I can pull. Going down, I'm pushing on it.
Yeah, you got a lot of pressure.
Oh my gosh. I was dying. And I have the rear brake. So it would get so fatigued and so like bad, I would just not be able to pull the rear brake. And then I'd just have to like stop. So it'd take forever to get down. And then you get to this one called the Rose Garden, which is just, I don't know how anything gets up that. I guess side-by-sides and stuff try it. It's some like infamous thing. They said dirt bikes have been up it. I don't know. Mountain bikers, my uncle said he's rode down it like most of the way and got down. I'm like, I hike a bike down, and I'm just like, it was the gnarliest thing. And then after that, you do some climbing, some really gnarly, like there's 2 really gnarly climbs after that just, I was smoked.
This is all day 2.
This is all day 2. Okay. And like my ass, it was so bad. It hurt so bad. But then after that, you go into like this meadow kind of, and then you just ride down into camp for the second night. And it was like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. There's just this ranch that these guys own out there that's probably 2 miles away from our camp, but they let us camp there. And it was just beautiful. But it was the best sight I've ever seen. I'm like, heck yeah. But like where the trucks were and where we were camping was even further. So I had to carry that heavy bag and all my stuff further and then set it up, which was so hard because it's like my back from that heavy bag, like bending over and stuff. I couldn't like get back up because it would just like seize up. And then like squatting and stuff from pedaling all day. Yeah. My legs have never
I can't even imagine
been that smoked. And then with my ass, I'm just like, dude, I'm dying. Sunset was beautiful. That night we had like pasta. They had like just a big tub of pasta, so that was good. And that night, I fucking tent. It's windy in that valley, and I don't have a tent. Like the top of it goes to this table, so you have to like bend down and get in there. The air mattress didn't even remotely inflate this time. It was like a Ziploc bag that just gave up. And so I get in there and I'm like, I need sleep so bad. I think we went to bed at like 9, pretty early. Yeah. And I fell asleep for like an hour and a half. And then here comes the wind.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, so the tent would fold over from the wind. So it would like come out, it would fold over onto my face, and then I wouldn't be able to breathe. I'm like, get out of me. So then like that thing's trying to suffocate me, and it's so loud. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel bad for all the people around me. I'm like, this is terrible. Because it sounds like just like a flag in the wind that just goes like, because the thing's barely hanging on. It's choking me. It was just terrible. So I go out and I'm like, rigging this thing up to try to get it to like stay down. Couldn't really get it. The rain's getting in my tent. All of that started raining. It was tough. So I went out and grabbed my AirPods and did the noise cancelers because it's like being in a wind turbine trying to sleep. I'm like, I can't do this, but we have to ride in like to Moab in a few hours. I have to sleep. And I think I finally ended up getting like 2 more hours of sleep. Yeah. It was one of those ones where you're like, I'm not even looking at my phone. I don't want to know what time it is. Because I'm like, I know I just wasted hours.
It's going to really kill the mood. It's going to make you depressed. And it's going to make you just hate your life.
100%, dude. 100%. So I'm like, I'm not even looking. But then, finally went to sleep for a sec. It felt like 5 minutes, and then the sun's up. Time to go again. So pack everything up, and then what do we have for breakfast? I think just sausage and eggs again, which was good. And then we leave out of there.
When I bet there was a really good like motivation, like day 3, I get to sleep in my bed tonight.
Dude, yeah, 100%. I'm like, honestly, I couldn't even like think of anything but just like, dude, the third day, you're the most sore. Yeah. My ass was like, a blister. You're going to sit where again? So I do that. It was the same thing. It was just so unbelievably painful. Like when I first grabbed my bike, went over, put the backpack, everything on, and like got on the bike, I was pedaling, just standing up because I'm like, I don't want to sit. When I finally sat, it was like, I don't even know. I almost went into shock, I think. I was like, my gosh, like, there's no way I'm
just that one today. Tear comes down the page.
I'm like, I can't do this today. I'm like, I'm just contemplating, like, what am I going to do? Like, am I going to walk 60 miles to Moab? Like, this is not good. But just rode through the pain. And then you kind of like ride down and you go like back east. So we're heading east, which is like the opposite way of Moab.
I saw that on your little tracker deal.
I'm like, what is going on here? Just the steepest climbs immediately. Just here we go again. Yay. Go back and around this thing. And then you finally start like up this hill, which was gnarly climbs again. Then you start up this hill and you finally start heading like west towards Moab. But we're heading up the LaSalle's. So it's the same thing as day 2. It's just hours of climbing again. And it's just like steady grade, not super steep, but you're still just granny gear trudging along. Yeah. And I'm just like, I mean, the thoughts you have out there. I don't even remember it. You're just battling yourself, but you're like, you just can't stop. Just keep going. And it was just hours of that, probably till like noon. Then I get to the top of like the LaSalle's part, and then you're on pavement. So then you ride down to lunch, PBJs, chips, refueled. And then I shuttled again. I was like, I'm going to shuttle to the top of the LaSalle's. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, it looks snowy. I don't want to deal with that. And there's a bunch of traffic. Yep. So anytime there's a lot of like vehicles and stuff, they'll shuttle you because it's safer, because you don't really want mountain bikes on a road. Like, it's not good for anybody.
Right.
So I shuttled to the top. But before that even happens, we're waiting on there for an hour because the shuttle got a flat. So I had to wait for the other one to come down. Right up. And then my uncle and Dawn are like, we're going to take these trails down to Moab, all this, to like go down to here and take this one. It'll take you into Moab. And I'm like, okay, because I couldn't do those trails. I was like, dude, I can't. I was like, I can try them, but my hand's going to blow off. Right. Like, I'm not going to have a rear brake. So it's just safer for me to take the main road. I go down. I'm like, cool, just by myself. And I see this road go off. I'm like, all right, sweet, let's take this. I'm like going down like 2 miles, and I see this sign on the side, and I'm like, wait, what does that thing say? So I go over and look, and I'm so lost. I'm like, oh no. I'm like, this is the wrong road. So then I went 2 miles back up to the main road, ended up finding Sand Flats Road, which is what I needed. Rode down to that, and then it's just like a regular road for 16 miles. But even that thing was so hard because I'm like, I didn't know if I was on the right road. Mm-hmm. So I'm going down. It's really fast because it's just a fast like gravel road, which was sketch because I'm still holding on, rear braking the whole time. It sucked so bad. But I'm like, if you crash, it's just as bad as on the trail. You're done. So I'm like, please don't die. And did that for 16 miles. Finally made it back down to like town. Then I'm like, where am I even supposed to go? My wife, I'm like, where is this place? She's like, it's here. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I put it into my Apple thing. Yeah. It's like 22 minutes away. I'm like, perfect. So ride all the way through town. And I was actually feeling good, dude. Like on the highway back, like, because it's kind of outside of town, there's like the bike path and stuff. I'm like trying to race cars on the side. I'm going as fast as I can. And then I get across the intersection, and then right as I'm pulling in, my wife's pulling in.
Oh, nice.
It was like the perfect timing. And then, I was supposed to take my uncle and Dawn home, but I underestimated how much space our vehicle has. Yeah. We did not have even remotely enough for all the bikes and everything. So I felt bad. They ended up staying. We went home and slept in my bed that night. Didn't sleep good though, because I was still in so much pain.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like I got home and showered and stuff, and I was just like you can see I look like Deadpool or like Trogdor. Like, look at this.
Yeah.
I have that there, and oh man, I don't even know what
it's like a rash.
It's like a heat rash.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but that's, I mean.
So what time did you finish?
Par for the course.
Like, what time of day did you finish?
It was probably 5.
Oh, nice.
5 or 6. It was only like 92 when we got into Moab.
No, that's not bad.
Well, that's what the thing said. The car was saying like 103. But
yeah.
It didn't feel, never got too hot. There was a lot. There definitely wasn't 90 people that finished. There was a lot of heat strokes out there.
Oh, I'm sure.
And like heat, I don't know, that was bad. So I feel for those people that didn't make it.
Well, dude, heck yeah! I'm glad you did it.
Yeah, that was a congratulations long story, dude. Jeez, everybody's like, "What the?"
I've been waiting.
I had to tell you, dude, because you're the only one that knows all of that, all of those details.
I've been waiting all week to hear about this.
But yeah, now we're on the up and up. Actually, the next day, get home, and then it's just immediately back to chores. I'm just mowing the lawn, pulling weeds, getting sunburnt to shit. Because like during the bike ride, I was really good. I wore sunscreen the whole time. Right. Even the last day, I wore a jacket because I'm like not getting sunburnt. And then I get here, shirt off, doing lawn stuff, just so sunburnt. And the next day, I'm like, great. I go through all that, and then now I'm just cooked. And then even Monday was just all work. And then I get back to work, and I'm like, oh, of course, let's choose this to do all the manual. So even when I was doing that, it was the most manual labor I've done at work in a long time. So I'm like, the last like 6 days were gnarly.
Oh,
like it was just looking at my watch and stuff. It's like, dude, stop, because it tells you like the average or like an estimate on calories and stuff. I'm like, dude, I should be a lot skinnier than I am. My fat ass. I think I gained weight, dude. Like my insides, everything internally hurts. I'm like, I was telling the wife, I'm like, I might have to go to the hospital, because I was like, couldn't catch my breath and stuff.
Your body's just trying to recover at that point. It's like, what did you just put me through?
My lungs were really sore, probably from the dust and stuff. But other than that, it wasn't bad. I mean, I feel great, but it's like the Doc Holliday one where he's like, I'm in my prime. I'm
in my prime.
It's me. Yeah, that's about it for Bikerpelli. This is super, super cool. I can't wait to do it again. It's
You gonna do it next year?
Oh yeah. I need to find more to do before then. I'm like, but I don't know. It's hard. I'm glad. It made me glad I went so hard in my 20s and did stuff, because it was like every weekend I was always doing something, or like the racing, or like always going snowboarding, all of that this kind of activities. I'm glad I did a lot of that in my 20s, because now, like with the family, I'm like, dude, that's probably one of the hardest parts, is being away from the wife and kid.
Right.
It was tough.
Oh, I bet.
Because I'm used to going to bed with them every night and stuff. And every moment I'm not with the kid, you're like, I'm missing out.
Well, that was it was probably your first night away from the kid since you've been born.
The week before was the first ones since he was born. So it's been a rough few weekends, because we went to Denver for graduation, and then went to Supercross and the zoo and all that. So that was tough. And then did it again last week. I'm like, dude, this is hard, especially right after you started walking and stuff. So I'm like, I really do want to do more of that, but I'm like, it's harder now.
It takes a toll.
I'm like, I'm glad I did a lot of the like no responsibility stuff in my 20s, because I'm like, now at this point, I'm like, I don't know. It's gonna be harder to do.
Oh, for sure.
But then in a few years, I'll be able to do it with the kids. So I'm like, it'll all even out.
Right.
It's like, dude, not being away from the family is rough. I thought going to work was hard, and then I do that stuff. I'm like, geez. But yeah. And then that's pretty much it. I've got the whole thing videoed, so I'm going to put that on my thing eventually. But I'm like,
you kind of want to forget it for a second.
Probably doesn't even do it justice. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, to edit, to look at that again, I'm like, nah. But yeah, I can't wait to do it again. People that finished were gnarly. It's a good experience.
Heck yeah, dude. Well, congrats.
I mean, doing the hand and stuff was like, made it so much harder than it had to be, I think. But it's par for the course, dude.
What? That just means the next time you do it, it's going to be that much easier.
Yeah, I hope so.
Until you break a leg.
Yeah, dude, I'll be out there just all in a cast or something. Unreal. But yeah, so there's my stupid story. What have you been up to the last 2 weeks, dude?
Just working, just getting ready for the kid.
On the grind, dude.
We do have some news, though.
What do we got?
Some big news from the first episode. We got new tires.
Oh, my God.
For the F-150, dude. We got new ones.
Bro, it's a Christmas miracle.
On Monday. On Monday night.
Gosh, what did we get?
Got same ones last time. We got
Nittos.
35 by 12.5 by 20s. Yep. Nitto Ridge Grapplers.
Had a baby.
We decided to just go with
it's a breakthrough, dude.
And it changed my life. I drove out of there. Well, I drove there and like.
Where'd you get them?
Discount.
Nice. Heck yeah.
Because I called around, and this one guy, I'm not going to say where I talked to, but he's like, yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to get those in. They're really hard to find. Like right now, they're really hard to find. I was like, okay, yeah, well, you know what? Something comparable. Yeah. And he tells me, I don't know what they were. And he goes, price, it's comparable. It's about $2,900. And I was like,
you're like $3,000 for what?
Let me call a few other places. Let me see what I can. He goes, oh yeah, but you'll be back. He told me, he goes, you'll be back. And I was like, all right, yeah, we'll see about that. Asshole.
He's just waiting, dude. He's like, oh, he'll be back. He's gonna say that in a year from now. Oh, he'll be back.
So I call Discount Tire.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I talked to so and so at this place, and you're probably going to tell me the same thing, but I'm looking for Nitto Ridge Grapplers. He said they're terrible to find. He goes, it's funny you say that. And I was like, yeah. He goes, I'm staring at 30 of them right now in that exact size. And I was like,
they're hoarding them. That old boy couldn't get them.
I was like, oh. He goes, yeah, when do you want to bring the truck down? I was like, oh, towards the end of the week.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, yeah, I'll be here. Just ask for me. And I was like, okay, yeah, for sure. I get home. And the wife's like, so how'd the tire thing? And I was like, oh. I told her the whole deal. And she goes, we should just go get them. I was like, all right.
Let's go.
So I'm driving down there. And I guess I just never noticed it. I never paid enough attention. I'm driving and my steering wheel's just doing this. And I'm like, all right, yeah, it's probably a good thing getting new tires.
Yeah.
I pull out of there, dude. I let go of the wheel and I'm going straight. It's smooth.
Sunroof?
No, there's no sunroof. I'm a broke boy.
You're like, I don't even have you just get a Sawzall so you can just stand up and just have your arms out on North Ave.
Dude, I'm like going down the road. And I'm like, this is so smooth.
Just pulling an Evan, just so nice, dude. Just smooth as
I don't know.
Smooth as an F-150 with new rubs, dude.
It's amazing. It's a game changer.
It's good tires too.
Well, because what really inspired this whole getting tires thing, well, not only the fact that they were about to blow, but
you could see the wires.
Hold on. Rewind. The guy at discount, he goes, oh, let's inspect it. And they have the little scanner thing they run over the tire. Yeah. My fronts are like 11 and like 10 and a half. He gets to the rears. -2.
Oh, geez.
I didn't know they could go negative.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't either.
-2. Like,
he puts it on a board, just tallies it up, new record. You're like, nice, dude. Heck yeah.
But, my buddy Andrew, his birthday was last week. A week before, I don't remember, a few weeks ago. And we didn't do anything for it because I've been busy with the baby, getting ready to start with the baby.
Your schedule's been packed.
All that type of appointments, all that. So I didn't do anything for it. But on Sunday, we're going to go play golf up at Rifle Creek.
Oh, nice.
And
that place is sick.
And everyone was like, yeah, you're driving. And I'm like,
you're like, do you guys value your life? Yeah, have you seen my tires?
I can't really go over 60 miles an hour because if I go over 60, I think I'll actually lift off the ground with how smooth it is. Yeah. So I was like, all right, I probably should get new tires if I'm driving.
Yeah.
I've got 3 other people's lives in my hands.
Let me do the responsible thing. And I mean, that's the most miles it's going to drive within the last 2 years. So
easy.
It'll wear them all the way down.
Dude, I mean, in the past year, I think I've put maybe 200 miles on my truck. It drives a mile once a week, and that's here.
Yeah.
It's very rare, and especially with the wife being pregnant, she can't get in and out of that thing.
Right, yeah.
So
very large.
It does not get driven hardly at all. So it's going to take its voyage out this weekend, and we're going to see how
it's going to be like, what's this guy asking me to do? What in Tarnizzle? It's going to be like, I didn't know I could go over 50.
I probably won't have to unplug the tuner. It's because the battery's actually going to be on the charge enough, dude.
The battery's going to be like, what is this, dude?
Yeah, I'm really interested to see
your
how it's going to go.
Transmission's going to be like, wait a second, I have this many gears? 5th and 6th, what is it? I haven't seen these in many moons.
I will be honest. Once I got the new tires over the Parkway, I gave her a little bit of the onion, dude.
Giving it the pepper.
I just wanted to be able to go 65 miles an hour and not feel like I was going to shake off the road.
It's being shaken off. Yeah, dude.
Is there such thing as that like shaken baby syndrome? Is that a thing for adults? Yeah.
Yeah, you were getting that.
That was me.
Getting rattled. Like, I don't have any mud on my truck because it just shakes it off.
Every freaking bump I would hit in those old tires, dude. I mean, I'd go.
At bump steer? Oh. People next to you were just going off the road.
It was
like, sorry.
It was terrifying. I always had to be in the right lane because if I ever went in the left lane and hit a speed bump, it'd go.
It's game over.
I'd kill somebody. So I'd rather hit the curb.
Because nothing. You just roll over a small car.
I'd just rather go over the sidewalk than take somebody's life.
Just curbing your wheels and stuff. You're like, they gotta go. Oh, man.
So, yeah.
Like, I'm protecting the innocent bystanders.
Well, in my truck, I think it actually got taller.
Yeah, probably, dude. I mean, you had so much tread gone out of those. Like, yeah, it's probably 2 inches taller with the new tread.
I went to get in it today.
Negative. Dude. You were at negative.
I had a 4-inch lift instead of a 6-inch.
You had a 3.5-inch lift with those old tires on there.
Yeah, it's
3.5 is still a lot.
It's average.
Don't let anybody tell you to. It's the best some people can do.
Smoke them if you got them.
Yeah, literally.
But no, I mean, it's a big life event for me, okay? Dude. It's like...
Now you're like Hank Hill.
I'm reborn.
You're just driving out, just have your arm out the window.
It feels so good to drive the truck.
I love it, dude. That's got a fresh one. It's only been since, GAF 1, so November.
Well, we've actually needed tires since, I want to say October of 2022. So we've really needed them.
Dude, you milked those. That's good.
Balling on a budget.
Even mad. I'm impressed.
It drove a mile a day.
Jeez, dude, you should be you should be an F1 driver. You could really save your tires. That's wild.
Well, because I tried selling it.
It says, "Oh, you'll be back." You're like, not for like 10 more years, my guy. Like,
I told my wife, I'll probably end up selling the truck with these ones on it.
Yeah,
but I mean, because I tried selling it in October of 22.
Yep.
And I drove it. The guy wanted to meet and rifle at Columbine.
Yeah.
So I went there. That whole thing unfolded. That was the farthest trip it made.
Jeez.
So, I mean,
after that, yeah.
It hasn't gone over, I'd say, probably 15, 20 miles at a time.
Bro, why even, I mean, I guess to come do this or go golf. Well, are you paying insurance and tags on it every year?
Yeah.
To drive 200 miles a year. Bro.
It's paid off,
I just rode my bicycle further than that truck's like, dude, I'm a bicycle. Ride me to Moab next year, please.
Yeah, it doesn't
so
see a
funny.
whole lot of pavement.
Now it might. Now you'll take it from some cruises.
It's so nice because I finally feel like because before, if it was raining, I couldn't drive it.
You're like, I can't.
The one time I did when
I'm a risk to society.
When my phone, like,
you know, the locally hated stickers. Oh, you literally needed that because you were a hazard to our community. Dude.
When my phone crapped out, dude, I had to go get a new one. It was raining and snowing that day. I go to turn off like my street road, dude, and it just, I mean, I just skid it.
Oh my gosh. You get another like reckless driving ticket just for, you're like, hey, I'm not even.
I haven't had a reckless driving ticket, okay? It was a failure to maintain a lane.
Yeah, last one wasn't even your fault either. Remember when they totaled your truck? Oh. They gave you the ticket for that and it wasn't even.
Yeah, it wasn't even my fault.
Unreal.
I mean, I think that's everybody's excuse is it wasn't my fault, but this one really was not my fault.
I know.
A Honda Civic.
The people that ran you off the road
came in to my lane on a back road with no headlights on. I had to swerve off the road, lost control, went through a steel reinforced mailbox.
They definitely weren't just out doing meth in the desert either.
Exactly.
They totally weren't.
Yeah, exactly. And then the cop shows up and he goes, your story's adding up, but there's nobody else here. He goes, I have to give you a ticket. So he gave me a ticket. He cut me a break. Failure to maintain a lane. Only a 1-point ticket, $100. I'll take it.
Yeah.
But that's the only ticket I've ever had.
Thank goodness. Yeah.
So, yeah, no, hopefully we won't be hurting anybody with these tires.
Yeah, you'll be good to go now.
So that saga.
Now you do some 4-wheel drive launches, dude. You be racing boys now.
No, dude.
They'll be bald again within no time.
No, because then my transmission's going to end up like going bad, but I'm still going to milk it for another 2 or 3 years.
Try to sell it to some old boys. Dude, that's like 2 guns. I still see that bastard show up on Marketplace all the time.
Still selling that thing. Now it's in Kansas, dude.
400,000 miles. It's like, what does that have for?
480, I want to say. 470,000, 480,000 miles on it.
Dude, the thing's just making its way throughout the country. Just getting more miles.
He's driven it to California, I want to say 3 or 4 times. They drove it out to Georgia.
Every time I see it on Marketplace, it's in a different spot.
Then it went to Kansas. I'm so impressed by that truck, but
it's a legend.
It's in rough shape. It's in really rough shape.
It's a ranch truck, dude. It's got another 480 in it. Just keep the oil topped off. Just add a cord every few miles.
Dude, that's what I'm waiting for with my truck. I'm waiting to start just seeing smoke come out the
I mean, you've got a pretty solid model, I think, for those ones. Because you're before the 10-speed.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Still just
it's
a
3.5.
Yep. Not a 2.7. think you got a pretty solid one.
It doesn't even have 90,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
Yet, and it's a 16.
It's probably got some life in it. You should be solid.
And that's why I
mean, you kind of
don't want to get rid of it.
With the tuner, you kind of probably taking a little bit of life expectancy off of it, but you don't drive it crazy.
No,
so it should be fine.
I drove it crazy when I got the tuner. Yeah.
Then you back it down.
Yeah, I can't. I don't do it anymore.
Like, let's see if this thing could roll coal. 2 to 2 gas. It's not supposed to. Like, watch this.
But no, I mean, it doesn't even have 90,000 miles on it yet, so it's still got some life left in it.
It's a young buck.
It's I don't think
2 guns is like, dude, that's rookie numbers. Add 400.
Yeah, dude. So I don't know. The saga is over.
I like it.
It's done. We're putting it to bed.
It's fresh tires.
Yep. No one can make fun of me anymore.
Bro, I give you 6 months before you're like, well, selling it, dude. We're upgrading.
No, heck no, dude. I don't have any car payments right now. That thing it's staying till it blows.
Bro, you're going to turn Dave Ramsey off for a few episodes and be like, you know what? I've got good credit. Let's go see what they'll give me. Tariffs have settled down. I'll get as long as you don't buy brand new, I think you're solid.
Oh no, I'm not getting a new vehicle. I'm not getting a new to me vehicle. It's not happening for a while. My wife's gonna get the next vehicle because she's gonna be the one driving around the kid the most. So.
I know, and dude, the car seat with that thing wouldn't be a bad thing because it'd be a good shoulder exercise every time. But it'd be hard, dude. So hopefully you don't have to.
Just coming over here, dude. I got in the truck and like I went to put my water bottle in there, and I'm like,
yeah, you're throwing it.
Pull myself.
Like, I'll catch it later.
It was terrible. Yeah, I regret doing that.
Dude, I'm at the age where I'd need like a reverse level. You know how all the trucks sit higher in the rear? Yeah. I would go like the shackle to lower it to where it's just all level to lower the thing. I'm like, that's how old I am now.
I wish I would have kept it. I wish I had a stock truck right now.
I wish that with the work truck because when the first work truck I got into, it wasn't lifted. Mm-hmm. And he's like, bring it back. I gave you the wrong one. And I was so sad because then I got the one that was leveled.
I want to step on it. I wish I could have a
5'10".
Well, yeah, me too.
I'm like, if I was 6'4", this wouldn't be an issue.
I just need a step. But then a step creates another hazard in the wintertime because if you get stuck, that's the key thing.
We need like the amp steps.
Oh yeah.
But imagine, dude, because I mean we're getting in and out 100 something times a day. Those amp steps would be like, please, for the love of God, they're down there overheating and stuff, dude. I'd get the ones with like the extension.
It's a double.
Yeah, the double steps, dude. It's like flops out every time.
It's like an RV step.
Yeah, like the motorhome. That'd be so sick. Dude, I've always thought of like inventing something that would clean my boots because I hate getting in there with muddy boots.
Oh, it's terrible.
I needed some kind of invention to clean my boots before I get in, but too lazy. Dude, yeah, I'll do it.
Dude, today the wind was so bad today.
Yeah.
I was sitting there and I'm just cowing, dude. I'm just going to town. Yeah. Well, this gust of wind comes and I just hear a crack, and I'm like, it just went. I'm like, what was that?
Yeah.
I didn't see anything, didn't really pay much attention. I finished. It's time to head home. I'm driving down the road and I'm looking in my mirrors. The wind was so strong, it folded my side mirrors.
Jeez.
So I was like,
dude, that's
damn. But not like folded in. They folded out.
Bro, what? Bro, because like if you're going down the interstate, especially you, that's 90 miles.
Don't even drive that fast.
Bro, but I mean, if you're going down the interstate, I know it's the other way, but still, if you fold them out the other way, it's hard,
dude. Yeah,
it folded. It's probably like 100 mile an hour gust.
I was down in a canyon, and so like when it came down, and
it was a big gust.
It was a really big gust. Right by the railroad tracks, right there, where it comes down against the hill, right there. That's where I was.
It doesn't surprise me, dude.
It was crazy.
I bet they get 100+ mile an hour gusts down there.
And it was just my right one that folded.
They said that the California fires, when those were going on, they were getting up to 150 mile an hour gusts.
Really?
I'm like, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine if like a stop sign took off and was flying through the air at 150.
You know that video When that video, where the sign comes and just hits that reporter, just claps it.
Dude, goals. I needed that the other night, dude, to get some good quality sleep. Concussion 16, I don't care, dude. Put me out. Bury me 6 feet deep.
Oh, yeah. That was wild. The wind was crazy today. And yesterday was really crazy.
That's so
I had like
annoying.
a headache all day.
Yeah.
Just because of all the dust.
The wind's just so annoying.
I'd rather have a downpour of rain, a blizzard of snow.
It's like the worst part of spring is like a really bad wind. And my vortex on my front porch of the single wide of like the tumbleweeds from this just empty vacant field over there. Dude, that that nice house up the road by 31 Road that's just it's that nice 2-story one just in the middle of nowhere. Mm-hmm. Dude killed his parents there the other night. I'm like,
wait, no, I heard it was what I heard was the husband beat his wife to death and then shot himself.
Oh,
that's what I heard.
That's probably what happened. I don't know. There was something because we were getting home. I saw the cop thing, and then the wife like looked at something online. It was saying, and I'm like, what the heck? Well, that's a nice place.
His kid's friend is who found him.
Oh, okay. So
and that's the kid's friend went over to his house and found them dead.
What the heck? That's crazy. Mm-hmm. We live in the ghetto.
It was right in between our two houses.
And it wasn't a single wide. It's like the nicest house around.
It's a really nice house.
They always have the nicest whips out there and stuff.
Yeah, they got right now they have the Jeep, the Dodge.
There's always a million people over there.
The 4Runner.
Yeah.
There's some nice vehicles.
In the back.
Yep.
Mother-in-law suite. All those vehicles back there. I'm like, dude, what would cause that? Why snap?
I don't know.
You have a good life, my guy.
A lot better than us.
Yeah.
Apparently.
I'm telling you. I ain't gonna snap. There was another one I saw the other day on the news. This guy on his kid's graduation day.
Oh, I saw that.
I'm like, dude, what are we doing? Stop doing that.
Did you hear about the road rage incident this morning on 29 Road?
I got saw the report of it. I'm like, dude, this place is... Tariff's got people acting a fool.
The motorcycle did a very legal move, went through, got, set the light.
Just loses his
got in front of it, locks up the brakes, and that motorcycle just goes right in the back of him.
Lost his mind, dude. And then was mad at that. I'm like, dude, just an angry old fella. That was me the other day, dude. Got out at Munchies. I shouldn't even out myself like this, but I was tired, dude. I didn't even eat. We went out with the grandparents because they always get us lunch and stuff, but I just had a sourdough sandwich. And then they come over, they're like, let's go to dinner. I'm like, oh, I just ate. I did get a little slushy, but I opened the door to get the baby. The Wayne just grabs the door and yanks me just straight into a blip. Not going to say what it is, dude. I'm not going to out myself. Ain't no
just
snitch.
A Porsche 911.
Just think. I'm like, oh god, please no. So I pry the door back and I look. I'm like, oh. It didn't dent it or anything, but there's a little. I'm like, and then the wife just looks at me. She's like, "Did you just dent that car?" I'm like, the wind grabbed my door. I had no choice. I couldn't control it. I didn't know what to do. So then I just mope into Munchies and drink my slushie while everybody's having these delicious looking pizzas and burger and outing. Dude, should I go pay buy him a new car?
You know those videos? They walk into a wedding. The owner of the white Honda, you left your lights on.
That was me, dude.
I creased your door.
I was ready to go out and just take a baseball bat to the kneecaps on that one, but nothing happened. It really wasn't even bad. I just felt bad that it hit the car. I was like, dang it. Because our doors have the little bumper thing on it to prevent anything from happening. Luckily, there wasn't a dent or anything, but I still just felt bad because it was. I'm like, oh yeah, that was an annoyance, dude. I did get a sick purchase though, dude.
What'd you get?
This thing the other night. I think it was the night after that one. Yeah, because I was doing all the chores and stuff Monday, and I was mowing my lawn, and my back lawn is patchy, dude. It's tough. So it's like wrangling a dinosaur back there. Getting my stupid... I had one of those Ryobi Home Depot corded lawnmowers that you have to run your extension cord out to. And it's like a 17-inch blade. It's the cheapest lawnmower you can get at Home Depot. The ones that you push that have the spinning wheel, those are more expensive than this thing. But dude, it lasted me 4 years. It did good. But the handle going, trudging through this thing, and then it would like kick up the dirt, and it would just have a hard time. Because this thing, if you had grass that was longer than like 2 inches, it would bog down and like pretty much die because it just couldn't handle it. This thing is meant for like, it's meant for like the interstate. That's about what it could. But so it finally, the handles, I was taking it through the whoop section. I mean, it felt like Bikerpelli again, dude. I felt like I was back on the trail because it's just getting, but the handle just breaks off, and I'm like, oh no. So I'm just holding it. I'm like, no, I mean, but I did get a freshie, dude. So I went to Lowe's this time.
Oh,
got an ego, dude.
He got an ego.
They say, I was looking at it online and stuff. It's
he's got it posted up like
they can't.
I think it's sick.
Oh, dude, I did portrait mode, everything. Yeah, look at that. The background's blurred, bro. Are you kidding me? I almost put it on 970 car scene. I'm like, dude, Stance Nation hella flush.
It would have way better than some of the Hondas on that thing.
Look at that dashboard. I need to let you take it for a spin on the way out. It's self-propelled and it's electric, so it just has this massive battery that goes in it, and it's good for like full power up to an hour, so it lasts a long time. Because I'll never buy a gas mower again. I'll never buy a gas anything, lawn, anything, because your gas goes bad after like 4 months. So anything carbureted or anything like that, none of it starts. Right. Even with the electric starts, I had the worst problems with it. So I'm like, and electric, dude, the torque on them and stuff is so much better than gas. Like they are, and that one, it has way more, it has twice as much torque as the Craftsman gas, like
really
350cc mower, which was crazy.
I wish I had a lawn. I wish I could test it out.
The riding mowers that we talk about getting, those are some powerful. But as far as push ones, but I'm looking at these ones, and there's one that's like, it's pretty much the same thing, but more power, a little bit more range. And it's like $700, but you get like a free blower with it. Oh. And that's kind of like the mid-range one. Because then there's one that was $1,200 originally. Mm-hmm. It's like that one's grandpa. And it was, I'm looking at like the floor model, and I'm just like, I'm like, dude, this thing is so sick. It has 4-wheel drive, everything. Like, this thing is so sick. But I'm like, if I'm going to do that, it's going to be a riding mower. But I almost did the $600 one because the free leaf blower. But I rationalized down and got that thing that was like $4, which is still astronomical for the amount of grass that I have. It's just so unbelievably dumb. But this thing, it's self-propelled, and it has like levels to how fast it goes, because this one's only rear-wheel drive. But so I charged the battery up, and it's a big battery. And I mowed yesterday, and yeah, with it self-propelled and stuff, with that other mower, it was nice because I had to take my time. It forced me to. And the bag on it was tiny. Like I said, I had to do 7 trips. This one, the bag is huge and it's self-propelled. I don't have to push. This thing cuts the front lawn in like 2 minutes.
It looked so good. Dude, when I pulled up.
The last one, it would take me 30 minutes to do, like, because I'm doing trips. But it was an event, you know? On a Saturday, I'd have to carve out an hour to do my front and rear. So it was like, it was a thing. Now I'm like,
you just have it done in a solid 15 minutes.
I'm all sad about it. I'm like, I enjoyed my trimming the edges, but yeah, way too much overkill. But I was pumped on it. I'm like, cool, you know. I don't know if the wife was, but I was showing her off. I'm like, look at this thing.
You're out there.
See how quiet it is?
You're waxing it.
Yeah,
it's got the buffer on it.
It's got I could put a lift kit on it because it has like the different levels for like height and stuff too. Got my in town, but if you put it on like fast mode, I need to show you.
You got to run with it.
You go on fast, bro. It's dead sprint. I'm like, I'm taking this bastard on Bikerpelli next year.
Hook it to the bike, dude. You pull yourself up with it.
It sounds like a little RC car. That so that was about the funnest thing.
That's sick, dude.
What else is there, dude? I think we're pretty much up to date on my life.
We're definitely up, dude. I'm the best thing in my life with getting tires, so I'm not.
You got another baby shower coming up. That'll be fun.
Yeah,
I'm excited for that.
We're hoping that we have a baby shower by the time the baby's still not here, but we don't know.
Yeah,
we may be having a meet and greet.
Yep.
I don't know.
Either way, you're here for it, dude. Just along for the ride.
Yeah.
I love it so much. It is the final countdown, dude. That's wild. And it's just hectic. Like the last month is just...
We've got 3 to 4 weeks left. And
it'll be like a blur because you have so much going on.
Well, and I'm like, I don't know how to squeeze in the pod in the next few weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try. And
you get what you get.
If I do anything, it's going to be like last second within, you know, I mean, I'm going to get home from work and be like, hey, Trev, you down to pod?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's all hands on deck.
If you can't, no biggie. You guys better understand.
Please understand.
There's a lot more important things than the pod. Barely.
Yeah, we didn't do it last week, and we got some hateful fan mail, which is very surprising considering we've only had 6 views on the past 5 videos.
Out of the 6 views, who could have been so many? You know,
we know 2 of them are us.
We do have a few very loyal listeners. That's what
so.
That's the glue. So
we do it for them.
We do it for them. Yep.
Our solid,
the few and the proud.
2 viewers that are loyal.
Yep.
Actually, I would say 3. I'm going to say 3.
I know. I was like, we should have just batched it. I'm like, I wonder how long we could go to just go like 2 episodes. Dude, it's like bedtime already.
I know. It's
like we don't really have time to batch.
We're going to have to just do it on the phone. We're just going to have to record a phone call.
I'm down. We could probably both download Riverside and do something with that. Even.
Probably.
Just set it up on the dash. So anyways.
We're going to have to do something.
About my lawnmower.
If I'm this busy now, I can't imagine when she gets here how it's going to be. I won't have any time.
No shot.
There's going to be no time.
No shot.
She's not even here. And I'm like, I'm having to schedule things. I've never had to schedule anything in my life.
I'll probably just be like, hey, bro, whenever you get a chance, just say these phrases, say these words. I'm going to mimic your voice, and then I'm just going to hologram you. Yeah, I'll do it. We could even hologram, like, all the podcasters right now with, like, the baby things. We'll just do that. We'll just be babies on here doing the thing. Dude, even guys taking everything. Even if you do quality assurance, sorry. It's done.
It's done.
You don't have that job anymore. AI does it for you. It was fun while it lasted. Not only does it do it just infinitely better too. No money. Like it literally, there's an app. There's actually a few. It's literally free and it does it better. Like if you do quality assurance, what's the other one? Copywriting, coding, obviously, billing. There's so many.
It's taking over.
Great pod, dude.
It's a good pod.
Great pod.
We're gonna have
ending on a high note.
Good as the Gaff podcast. It's gonna be AI now. So we've been fired.
It already pretty much is, dude. Like everything on the back end is.
We've been fired. We've been let go.
Yeah.
They didn't give us a severance.
What timing though, dude? That's good. Baby comes. Gaff continues. Perfect. You just can't beat it.
We got it off the ground. Well, no, we just moved it, I guess.
Hey, I was like, we'll take it from here. We got it.
It never came off
like, are you going to just go off of the topics? No. We're going to probably start. We're going to take a different direction.
We're going to change the name.
Yeah.
We already got rid of the damn song.
I
kind of miss it, dude.
Good as found. Podcast, no doubt.
I might use the same song and throw new clips on.
Okay.
Or just add to that one. I don't know.
I mean,
my gosh, I did because I was thinking about it the other week. I completely spaced this. I did find an AI for. I was like, what can we do to like spice this thing up for the intro video? I was like, what could AI do to like make it look better or something?
Mm-hmm.
Now I gotta find this thing, but. It's just like anything. If you don't do like a subscription base for it, it's not going to work out very good. So I had this one. I wanted that for like the intro. Dude. It's like, wouldn't that be so sick?
Just fighting each other.
Yeah, we're just fighting, dude. We're just punching each other. Look at this one. This one's so funny.
Is that?
Bro, that's Bone Daddy and J-Rod.
Dude, that's sick.
Going to town. This is D-Lane and I. This is just the free AI. Now, all right, now imagine that, and then just smiles on our faces the whole time too.
Just getting our teeth knocked out.
Man, I wanted that one. I was going to use this one for AI. Look at that.
No, man.
No.
No.
That's a happy dude. Tires were a lot newer than the old ones too.
Not by much, actually. When we bought the truck,
yeah, you got the old.
I lit up the tires on the test drive by accident. I went to pull out.
This is the one.
I went to pull out. I did. I was like, this is the truck. And my mom, she was in the back seat, and she's like, oh no.
She's like, here we go, speed demon. But you haven't got any tickets, so
no,
you're good.
Haven't got a ticket.
Heck yeah.
Don't plan on it either.
Yeah, keep it that way. Keep it rubber side down. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Share it with your friends.
Give us that Yelp review.
Get us a review. 5 stars. 5 stars on Apple podcast if you listen to this too. Mm-hmm. Download it.
Make sure you download these podcasts, because if you're listening to it on like Spotify or like Apple, it doesn't do anything we can't see it. It's only the downloads. If you
download, that's all we get. Even YouTube, we can't really see anything. Mm-hmm. So if you subscribe, we just want to see the number go up. We won't know it's you.
Yeah, we just want to see the number go up.
You're just a number to us.
It doesn't say your name.
Yeah. So you can be anonymous. You can subscribe. Don't expect any social media things for a while. So yeah, same old, par for the course.
Yeah, nothing really new there.
Heck yeah. All right, dude. Well, until next time.
Deuces.
See you guys.